Made in Hollywood.
Well, here's an interesting display. This is a series of framed reproductions of animation drawings from Pinocchio, where we have 24 frames from the film in animation drawings. As you know, it's 24 frames a second. What's interesting is these are composited drawings. So Geppetto was actually drawn on a different piece of paper than Pinocchio. So it's not just 24 drawings. In this case, it would be 48 drawings because Pinocchio was on a different drawing than Geppetto. So you can see how much effort goes into just every single second.
This whole thing is 1 second.
Yeah.
What is this?
Well,
so cool.
You saw in the hallway how we did 1 second of animation. Well, here we're recreating that in pencil test. So we've taken those files of drawings.
Those are the 24.
And that's the 24 right there. So you get a context of what all that is about, how much work that goes into it.
Film historians research, study, and analyze movies in order to understand their social, cultural, and historical importance. J.B. Kaufman is an expert on Disney animation and American silent film history. Mr. Kaufman has either authored or co-authored 6 books on Disney animation, including the book Pinocchio, The Making of the Disney Epic.
Hi, I'm film historian J.B. Kaufman, and you're watching Made in Hollywood, and I think you're going to enjoy this clip from Pinocchio.
My boy, you are allergic.
Allergic?
Yes, and there is only one cure. A vacation on Pleasure Island.
We're here for the re-release of Pinocchio on Blu-ray and HD Digital. So what kind of involvement do you have with Pinocchio?
I just really admire the film and spent a number of years researching it in order to write a book about it.
How did you do your research? What was available?
Well, thanks to the Disney company, practically everything was available.
Were you able to come here to the research library?
I did a lot of my research right here at the research library and some also at the Walt Disney Archives. And this studio is remarkable in a number of ways, but one of the ways is that they have preserved almost everything in their history.
When they come to Pleasure Island, the ferry docks, and we should have some steep mountain, which opens and closes, leaving no exit. But inside is this land with all the stuff.
How did you know that you wanted to be a film historian?
Just basically from falling in love with film history. It wasn't the writing as much as it was the subject itself. And I still feel that writing a book is basically an excuse to do the research, because the research is the fun part. You get to really study what the artists went through in making the film. Then all you have to do is write the book.
So you always knew that this was what you wanted to do?
Well, it kind of evolved. I think as a kid I wanted to be Walt Disney, but that job was already taken. So the next best thing was to learn more and more about what he had actually done. And I have been fortunate enough to talk to a number of people who worked with him.
The old coachman would be talking right there, like a barker. Welcome to Pleasure Island, boys. The land where you can do as you please.
What kind of formal education do you need to have for the job?
Well, it doesn't hurt to study film in school, but I never did. This was all pretty much just on my own. There are some schools with great film programs, and I definitely recommend them if that's the way that somebody wants to go. But I've done this completely outside the academic environment.
At this stage in your career, do you ever feel like you need to go back for some writing classes or education or training to assist you?
Not formally, but I try to keep up with what other people are writing and, pay attention to that. And you can learn a lot from other writers.
Pinocchio should top off each stunt. There's a general idea behind it that we must plant and get over. They take them to this place and turn them into donkeys.
What advice do you have for anyone who wants to have a job like yours?
I would say the best way to prepare for being a writer is to write. Just sit down and write and practice putting one word next to another. Wordsmithing is a craft unto itself. So I would say that, studying writers that you admire is a good thing, but practice is the essential in anything, I think. So practice and keep studying the subject and pursue the subject. Don't be satisfied with just basic facts, but keep following up and learning more as you go.
Are there any other qualities that you think young people need to really succeed in this industry?
Well, I think perseverance is really important in anything. But that and a passion for your work, I think those are the two main things.
Father!
Pinocchio!
I'm a real boy!
You are a real boy!